Irony of what happened at Bondi Beach yesterday in Australia when two Muslim terrorists killed 15 innocent men and women ages 10 to 87 years old, with 42 hospitalized, while a man named Ahmed Al-Ahmed, who happens to be Muslim at 43 years old, steps in, we've all seen the video, takes away the weapon, gets shot twice, is celebrated as a hero, which he ought to be. But you know what the irony is? The irony is even one good, peaceful Muslim man couldn't save the life of 15 innocent human beings celebrating Hanukkah, which is what their religion is about, from two Muslim jihadist extremists from killing them. So I don't care if 90% is peaceful. The 10% true believers jihadists that hate what America stands for, that hate the Western ideology, that hate us protecting women, us allowing women to vote, that hate the freedom of speech model that we have, that hate the Second Amendment model that we have, that hate the capitalistic society that we have. And we have to sit on the sidelines and be worried about being called Islamophobic? Really? I lived in Iran for 11 years and I saw what this was all about. If Americans cannot see what's going on in Australia, tragic event, breaks my heart. There's a lot of Assyrians and Armenians who live in Australia, and I'm Assyrian and Armenian. There's a lot of people. A pastor, Bishop Marmari, got stabbed in the eye. A Syrian bishop who was very much needed, his voice during COVID, got stabbed in the eye by a Muslim boy at 19 years old. Here's a bishop that went to Gaza to pray for Gazan families. He went there with his church. A 19-year-old comes and stabs him in the eye. And he still forgave him because our religion of Christianity believes in that. We're supposed to sit in America, think it's okay with what's going on in Dearborn and Somalia, and Governor Tim Walz has the audacity to get up and say we're going to let even more Somalians in after $1.5 billion was stolen from taxpayers over there? Really? We're supposed to sit on the sidelines and be vocal about this and not think it's a big deal? We're supposed to do that? I don't know about that. Listen, this is what matters to me. I love this country. I love America and I fear the man upstairs more than anything else I fear in my life. More than anything else I fear in my life. The grace and the life he's blessed me with makes no sense. Every day I'm grateful for what happened. And I feel bad because those 15 who are no longer here with us, their kids will never hug them again. There are no more dinners. The family, the mom, dad, there are no more, hey, honey, no, gone. Gone. Why? Islamophobia. Don't criticize them. They're peaceful. Why don't we pull up some data? Do we not see on Snap, when all the Snap government shutdown was taking place, who took advantage of most of our SNAP programs? Who was it? Which immigrants took advantage of what SNAP programs? What did we learn during this season? What are we funding? What are we supporting? Who are we recognizing? Who are we protecting? We got veterans who fought for this country. Are we more worried about our veterans or illegal immigrants that come in here? Who's a priority? Americans? I don't know. But there are certain things that we shouldn't be afraid of being vocal about. This is one of them. By the way, I don't care if you're Muslim, Sunni, Shia, Jew, 7-day, Jehovah, 7-day, LDS, Scientology. I don't care what you are. If you come into a community, you assimilate, you love America, you make it safer, you create jobs, you adjust to what the country standards are, you bring crime down, you bring all of that stuff down, good for you. And if you do that, I don't care where you come from. But also, if you pay attention to that data, and we see when they come in, what they do to Dearborn, what they do to Somalia, what they do to different communities, and you still sit there and you're like, nah, it's just not a big deal, then you deserve everything you get. Because we learned what happened to Australia, because the Prime Minister 90 days ago, stop being Islamophobic. You know, he's Novak phobic. He's more afraid of Novak not taking a vaccine than these guys that are coming in right now. Look what they're doing to their beautiful country. And it's a lot of Australians and Armenians, like I said, that live in Australia. And you see what's going on to UK. And now look what's going on in Poland. They take nobody. Dominic Tarczynski, he said it, the parliament. He said it, zero. Lowest unemployment, lowest crime, lowest stabbing, lowest any of that. And they have the lowest population of taking refugees from Muslim countries out of any country in Europe. And they're crushing it. Maybe what we need to lean on is God and data. God and data. Maybe we need to look at God and data and make decisions based on that. Anyways, God bless everybody.
Whoa. Well, what's up, everybody? How are you doing today, Julio?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? Hey, guys, welcome to the channel. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We are bringing the heat today, man. It's been going crazy in the last couple of days. We have shooting in Sydney, Australia, Rhode Island in Brown University, and also we have a sporadic shooting here and there, but they all have the same denominator, which is Muslim Islamist radicals has been murdering people now everywhere, man. They are everywhere, and they're not stopping either. So I don't like to bring bad news, but damn, it is just like they just keep coming, man.
Man, you know, someone in the chat said maybe I need to find out about moving to Poland. You know, you're not
I
wrong
know.
there. It's pretty safe from what I hear, but I'm getting
Yep.
tired of talking about this one religion. It's just there's we don't want to bash anybody's beliefs, but at the same time, there's these evil entities that are within this belief, which, to be honest with you, if we put it in face value between morals, what we in America find what's good and bad, they're not a good religion. And, again, you have the right to believe that. But when it comes to every event, almost, I mean, there's a whole list of events that, again, the common denominator is what? Muslims.
Right.
And diversity is not our strengths, apparently, but it just it's getting ridiculous. And just like at Damaris reacts, yeah, man, maybe Poland's looking pretty good right now. But I mean, I love America. I would never leave it. But I know it was a joke, or is it? We don't know. But it's just very disturbing, Julio. What we seen, what happened, that is just disturbing. And I know this show, if for all of you that hasn't seen, um, we're going to be careful not to show anything graphic, but we're just letting you know it is going to be a very hard subject. And it's sad that these people are had to go through this. And enough's enough, man. I mean, we got to call what it is. It's evil, it's demonic, it's a spiritual battle that us as believers were fighting. And at the same time, prayer, fasting is going to get us through this, but we need to unite together and do that. But um it's terrifying, Julio.
It is. It is. I think it's a problem of not only the compatibility. We're not compatible. Islam is not compatible even with other Muslims. Even within themselves, they can stand each other. You got the Shias, you got the Sunnis fighting each other, but they are coming here to United States not to assimilate, but they come here to conquer. That is on their belief. It's not. I didn't come up with that idea myself. They even said it themselves. They are coming to United States to take over, overpopulate our current population. I mean, and they want Sharia law basically everywhere. Everywhere they at, they want Sharia law. They want to implement their belief into ours and not the other way around. So I hate to talk about it. And believe me, I'm just like, I'm as peace as you are. I'm very upset with this situation. But me, I see myself coming from, I was not born inside United States. I was born in Puerto Rico. So when I came over here, when I joined the military, I have my belief, I have my culture, and I have everything, that came with me. But when I came over here, I started learning from different backgrounds or the people, walkers life, and I was like, you know what? I need to assimilate in order to, to get along, to understand this this new reality that was for me. I didn't try to implement everybody. Hey, you since I'm coming from Puerto Rico, now you have to listen to salsa. Now you have to eat rice and beans. No, it was the other way around. I learned the culture here, and I learned to embrace what is to be in the United States, how what is to be an American, and I fell in love with it. You know what I mean? Once you understand the culture, once you assimilate, and once you leave your, I mean, it's not leaving behind your culture, but understanding that you are in a different place, and not, you have to respect that. So when I came
and
over
and
here, I assimilate and I love it. I mean, I have no problem with it because at the end, we had the same values: family. We want safety. We want to become better. We want to add. We want to be an addition to the country. We don't want to be a liability. We want to be an asset that we can contribute and make this country better. But people do not believe in that, and that's what happened with Islam. They don't believe in that. They believe they are the conqueror, and we are, like they
yep,
call
yep.
infidels. You know what I mean? We don't believe on their belief, and we have to be either with them or against them.
And Julio, something that you just said right now, that is the basic principle of just being a part of a visitor, or being part of like, I was born here in USA, and but I was never but I was not born in Texas, okay? So in breaking news, Robert was born in California, okay? But
But my
but
wife,
when
my wife was born in California too.
so okay, so when we came here, Julio, like my dad had to um rely on my mom's family to temporary home, keep us here while he found something, to like a house to put us into,
Hmm.
and or an apartment, I believe. And when we did that, obviously when we went to my aunt's house, guess what we had to do? Assimilate to her rules. If we got into the house, she wanted, I'm just, saying, she wanted us to take our shoes off. We took our shoes off. We had to abide by these rules. And like you said, fit in and be more of an asset than you are as a burden, right?
Right.
And that was constantly what my dad drove in our minds. Hey, don't have the TV loud in this room. Don't do this. And so they're just basic principles, and you can apply that in a country. When you come here and you're now going to move and call it your home, you're going to assimilate to what the culture is. You have to throw away your old culture. I hate to say that, but that's what that means. You know, you you're trying to, if you're going to become a citizen, you're going to have allegiance to this flag, to this country, to this culture of ours, which this culture of America is not, it has nothing to do with race. If you're black and you were born in America, guess what? You're my people. If you come from Puerto Rico and you are in America, guess what? You're my people. If you're Asian descendant and you were born here in America, you're my people. You are my culture. That's it. We are one. And we need to embrace ourselves. In fact, Dr. Martin Luther King, that was his whole point. I had a dream that my children would be judged not by their race, but the content of character, right? This is America. That's the American dream. And again, we need to get back into that. And unfortunately, we allow these Muslims. It's not even about the religion. It's just what they comes behind it. And speaking of this, we got representatives that are in our country that think this is something to smile about.
I know.
And yes, Damar, she's my people right here. I know that's right. But dude, look, I'm about to play this clip. This is a representative of America, and she gets this news and what's going on. Look at, just look for yourself. Just look for yourself, and you tell me how you feel about this. Just look at her smirk.
A normal occurrence, not just in the United States, but now seeing it in Australia, who's worked really hard to create gun prevention laws to prevent the kind of tragedy.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
We
Here
are
we go.
following these shootings in
smirk.
Australia and in Rhode Island. There was a shooting in your district not that long ago, a mass shooting. This is yet another bad day for America.
Yeah, I mean, we are still recovering from the shooting at Annunciation Church. It is a tragedy that this has become a normal occurrence, not just in the United States, but now seeing it in Australia, who's worked really hard to create gun prevention laws to prevent the kind of.
I'm gonna rewind that back, guys, because look, I want you to pay attention to her smirk. Look at that. She knew what was coming. Watch this.
We are following these shootings in Australia and in Rhode Island.
Okay.
There was a shooting in your district not that long ago, a mass shooting.
She is bothered to be there. She's a representative of our country. And of course, there was two shootouts. One in our country and one in Australia. Am I right?
Right.
Correct? So it's like, again, because that's her religion. See, this is one thing that I guess from me meeting you, Julio. But in the beginning, I was more like, you know what? It's everybody's race and this and that. Then we started investigating this and diving into this. And now I'm finding out like, no, even the Sunnis, who are very peaceful, they'll tell you, I don't believe in the Sharia law. You can do what you want, do whatever you want to do. But when it comes to I'm sorry, I just read the comments. Micro expressions.
Right. Yeah.
That's funny. The
That's
Tristan
true.
is
That's what that's what he was smiling as he was describing what's going on.
Micro expressions. That was a good
She-
one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like she was proud of what happened in Sydney and Brown University, and she is. I mean, she's a mouthpiece. Her, Rashida Tlaib. I mean, bro.
Yeah, no. But
It's
again,
just
back
like
to what I was saying. The
we dealing.
Sunni,
Oh my God, these people. I hate them, man. I swear.
no,
I'm sorry.
well,
I'm sorry, but
you know, she they just I don't, and that's the thing. I don't know if they're doing this on purpose. Well, I know she's doing it on purpose because she's got 30 something millions of sending it to these organized terrorists.
in two
And
years,
yeah,
2 years,
so
she
so
was
there is
broke.
some. Mhm. Her dad was the leader of one of the terrorists, the one
And
that's in question. You know, he
yes,
was. Oh my
yes,
gosh,
they
dude.
were. The reason that she left Somalia is because she was part of the government, part of the. It's not even government, part of the tribe that was controlling the people. Since the people rebelled and they start taking over the other tribes, that's why she fled.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's why she fled to the United States. Then she was in the United States for a little bit, married allegedly her brother to get him papers. Then she arrived to Congress later in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, and she was like $65,000 net worth. If I'm not mistaken, you can correct me, fact check me on that. And a couple years later, she became multimillionaire in a
Yeah,
salary of 120, $147,000 a year. Make it make sense.
yeah.
The
I
math
think
does not add up.
the salary I think that they make is like 170K. So
Yeah,
it
on
just
the
it
on
doesn't
the
add up.
it doesn't. It will never. I mean, they need to be out. Donald
It's
Trump is
in,
right. Donald Trump is right. They need to go Dearborn, Michigan, Minnesota, and clean the house. I don't care. They can ask questions later. They need to start revoking visas, revoking residencies, revoking citizenship, and get him out because they stole not only at the beginning was $400 million. That was like the beginning of it. Like they were
correct.
scraping the surface.
That
And when
was
they
it, just the
later
surface.
find out, yeah, when they later find out, they were stealing over $1 billion in different scams, NGOs, service never rendered. And now we finding out that Somalians, Muslims, receiving more snaps than the other races.
Oh, and then it
They
gets
were receiving
worse.
like, they were receiving thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and it gets worse when you got these Somalian guys, you know, coming on the internet talking about, you know, which I'm gonna find this clip now. I mean, this wasn't planned, but you know, our friend Adam Francisco shared, and when you see clips like this, it's just like, dude, you're not helping your case. You know, if
I
if
know.
if you think we're over here being, you know, hateful or doing this, and then you got these people like right here. Take a look, guys.
You work all fucking day, you don't got shit. Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day. Free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah. Go to work for me, you fucking white animals. Fucking work for me. Yeah, you fucking work for me. And the US government is they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work.
How does that make you feel?
Donald Trump, please, if you're seeing this, get him out. Get him the fuck out of here. They don't need to be here. For what? They're doing what the Venezuelan people, not all of them, but a few influencers, remember, they were doing the
Yeah,
same thing. They were
yeah.
bragging about, I got all this cash. I have this amount on my EBT card. They were bragging about it. They were calling to the self-service phone number. They can tell you your balance on your EBT card. They were bragging about it because they were getting 10,000. They were having 12,000, even $30,000 on the EBT balance. I'm like, and we have people here in the United States having two up to three jobs just to make it at the end of the
Just
month.
to make it. I
Paycheck,
know.
paycheck by paycheck. But yet you had these savages, like JJ say, garbage, savage people that come from dirt hole countries and stealing our money. And we supposed to be cool. We supposed to be tolerant to that. Man, fuck that. I'm tired to be tolerant. I'm tired. And that's why this is our demise. Our demise is being tolerant, understanding, and welcoming. We shouldn't be none of those three. We should be very restrictive on who we let in our country, and very, very jealous and egocentric.
Well,
You know what I mean?
that's
We should keep it American. American it is. If you can hack it, pack it. You know what I mean? Get out of
hey,
here.
yeah. If you can't hack it, pack it. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good saying. But no, dude. But that's what we were talking about last week. We were
Mhm.
talking about the very basic principle of a logical person who is going to accept a stranger into your house. You're going to vet that person. You're not just going to accept them like that, right? So that alone is just like a person that's going to live here. But when you have a congressman or woman like Elon Omar, who we don't know nothing about. I tried
Mhm.
researching her, like to see if in fact she did marry her brother. It's almost impossible to fact check that. That's why it's in the Snoops is calling it fake news, because yes, there is a brother that has the same name, but it's not determined whether that's the same brother. That's she
Mhm.
hasn't, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so where's their parents? Let me look at the parents, Lenny. Nothing, dude, other than the fact that we know that her father had ties with I forgot the terrorist group over there, but dude, it's just man, dude, and she's a congresswoman in America, and we're supposed to be the smartest, and we revere ourselves as, no wonder they hate us, you know what I mean? Like, we're over here saying we're Americans and we're this, and all the other countries like, you guys are dumb, you guys are letting. But then again, I mean, Europe, look at Europe, they did the same thing, right?
But
So
Europe is
it's
gone.
gone. Yeah, it's
You know what I
gone.
mean? And this remind me of the movie. Uh, remember the movie of uh,
Idiotic.
London Has
Oh,
Fallen. Remember
oh
that
yeah,
movie?
London's fault. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
In London, then whatever, and it seems like a premonition of what's going to happen in America, because it's
yeah.
like two or three parts of that movie. You know what I mean? London Has Fallen, and then the other one, whatever. But it seems like it's going in the same route. I mean, you've seen Australia. Australia has the strictest gun laws ever. I remember a few years ago they did a gun ban. They were picking guns in truckloads and get rid of them. And a
Yeah.
few civilians, you had to go through, you had to jump hoops to get your license. But yet, these two guys ended up having license, even though they were there for more than 10 years. At least the parent, the 50-year-old male, they were son and father doing this heinous crime. They were doing, they were there for, he was there for 10 years. His son was there for 6, I believe, and they have access to guns. But yet, the entire populations had to go through, jump through hoops to get a gun. But that didn't stop them to do what they have to do. Same happened in
Yeah.
London. They have the highest. They're using cars, they're using knives, they're using blunt objects to commit crimes. That it is true. Look it up. That happened in London. But in the United States, it's a matter of time, man. And they're doing little by little. You see Washington, they killed that guardsman, female, in Washington, and badly wounded the his partner. Now we see in Brown University. Few years back, remember Florida at the nightclub, they locked the door, and like a lot of people got unalive. And it happened over and over and over again. But now they feel emboldened since Saran Mandani got elected in New York, and they feel like they feel like they're getting through the system. They are
And
invading from within. I mean, we have Rashida Tlaib, we have Elon Omar, now we got Mandani, and and they're trying to do it here in Houston. I seen it coming, man. They you look it up, mosque in Houston, it's over 20 of them
and,
in the
and
Houston area.
then they have this protection of Islamic phobic. You know what I mean? Like
Fuck
they're
that. I'm
that's
tired. That card is already declined with me. They can call me Islamophobic. I've been attacked on TikTok. We almost got banned on TikTok, which I care less. But if I show you the context and I show you the videos and the comments, man, you're gonna laugh about it because they all upset, they all getting mad, and I'm just replying back just to have
I
fun.
can't stand TikTok no more, man. That
Nah,
that,
me
that
neither.
stuff is
Me
um
neither. But I mean, it is insane why these people are doing, and yet
I-
Donald Trump, come on, man, just put the pedal to the metal, get him out of here. Honestly, get him out. I don't care.
look at
Like, yeah,
this.
that's the
This
list
is the
that I
list.
saw yesterday. Can you zoom in? Can you kind of blow up that image?
Oh
Here we
wait,
go.
too much.
No pun intended.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
So look at this.
bro.
The nice attack, right? Muslim. The Paris attack, Muslim. The shoe bomber. Okay, so a lot of these I went and looked it up, Julio, and no, yeah, they're legitimate attacks, and we're
Mhm,
still missing a bunch of them. This is all
mhm.
going all the way to 9/11. So I mean, there's still more. It's and when I try to use Grok, it was almost impossible to gather all of them. Because
Yeah.
obviously, it doesn't want to classify Muslims as terrorists or whatever. But
They are.
the San Bernardino attack, remember that?
Yep.
Yep, it was Muslims. The Minnesota mall stabbing,
Mhm.
Muslims. It's just oh my gosh, it's just so many of them, dude, and it's just um, like what's wrong with us? What happened to never forget about 9/11? You know,
Yep.
man, I don't
And
know,
the
dude.
same happened, bro. The same happened with Somalia. What happened in Mogadishu? They dragged our service members' body through the roads, through the streets, stripped them of their clothing, drag them on the street, vandalize their body, mutilate them. But yet we open the door for them, not even the same freaking year, and receive over 100,000 Muslims.
Mm,
For
man.
what? Man, we paying for this. And the same thing that happened now, we're gonna pay for it, not probably in 10, 15 years. We're gonna see the bad end of this ticking bomb. Excuse me.
And the thing is,
In
it
20
it
in 2040, it would be crazy how this landscape is going to change. Just watch, man. People are like sleeping, like we saying, we are sleeping on the wheel. You know what I mean? We are 100 miles an hour. We slip on the wheel, and it's a matter of time we crash. And we are getting close.
like what is it gonna take, guys? Like I'm just trying to realize like there is just time and time again we're trying to be it's there was this thing in England where they have a farmers market corner where a
Mhm.
farmer puts his eggs and he puts it in this cabinet and he puts these eggs in there like a dozen and he's selling it to the community and it's an honest shop like no you get your eggs, you put
But,
your
yeah,
money in the little deal, and you go use the eggs. You come back and bring an empty one, and you keep swapping it. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. That's in America we used to do this back in the day, back in the farm days, right? And then now all these I'm gonna say it, Muslims that came from the diversity is our strength people, they come in there and take all the eggs. Don't leave, they even steal the money and don't even bring back the little cartons of eggs, and it's like,
they don't care.
dude, but
They don't care, man.
it's just different cultures, right? And they don't want to abandon their culture because they're here for an agenda. And this is what everyone's not paying attention to because you're trying to be this all accepting, all whatever, virtual signaling or whatever it is. But it's just we need to reevaluate. Like, let's do that. Let's be
Mhm.
nice and allow people come in, but let's do the most logical thing. Let's say, hey, hold on, we need to see where you're coming from. What's your intentions coming here? And vet you, see who your mom was. You know what I'm saying? Just investigate before we even let these people in. If at this point right now, we're at a point that we shouldn't let none of them in, and we should expel as many as we can and restart. And I think that's what Donald Trump is trying to do, and he's getting flack by it. So I don't know, but I'm gonna play this clip that you had me
Oh
have
yeah, yeah.
ready. Let's look
This is
about.
this is like what people understand. This is a blueprint. What we're gonna see now is the blueprint of the takeover of America. Listen to these guys. It's not coming from our mouth. It's coming from theirs. Play the video, please. Thank you, Robert.
All right, here we go. So this is the blueprint. Let's see if it matches what's going on, guys. I mean, here we go. Oh, wait, let me make sure the volume's good. And go.
Sheikh Kareem and Sheikh Osman will be coming here a lot more often.
They will be
inshallah,
moving here.
Oh, mashallah, that's breaking news.
I said, brother, Texas has three things. Texas has white people, Texas has cows, and Texas has desert. So I said, we're not going. The first day we came to Dallas, second day San Antonio, third day Houston, and we were shocked.
Oh, really?
We saw the masajids here. We saw the Muslims here. We came from Colorado. When you see another Muslim, even from a mile away, it's like, Salaam alaikum, how are you doing? So we were in Walmart here, we see Muslims. So we're like, Salaam alaikum, Salaam alaikum, Salaam alaikum.
Oh, wow.
And they're looking at you weird, like, why is this guy giving salam to
This brother is really excited. So you thought Texas had three things, which was the desert, white people, and
cows.
And cows.
Yes, this was
then
the
you
Colorado
realized-
thinking, yes.
But then you realize that Texas has Islam.
Now that we know that Texas has Islam, Rare Foundation wants you to take a closer look at who the Islamic community in Texas is so excited to be welcoming. First, let's meet the newest imam coming, Sheikh Uthman ibn Farouk.
The future of Islam in the West.
Alhamdulillah, the future is ours. Islam's going to spread. There's no doubt to it. The West is West, East, North, South, all going to be Muslim.
Yeah.
Right? I have absolutely no doubt to that. The only question is, Rami, are me and you going to be a part of that? Or are we going to be on the sidelines? Islam is not a spectator sport.
Yeah.
You got to step up. Everybody has tried to stop Islam. The Mongols. Alhamdulillah, they ended up becoming Muslim. All these empires had plans to finish Islam. Islam's not going anywhere. Al-aqibatu lil-muttaqeen. The end and the victory is going to be for the believers.
Now, let's meet the other, Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid.
In order to promote the knowledge of Islam, and this is the best way to protect the deen, the Sharia in America, is to learn it. Learn it so that you will be able to teach it, especially to Americans. Listen, wallahi, if America knows about this Sharia, I'm telling you, if you can convince the public, away from the politicians, away from the senators, away from, because these guys, they have different agenda. But if you convince the public, they're gonna go in the street and say, long live Sharia, long live Sharia, they will do it. But we have to convince them.
Some people call it Dallas Sharif, that, this is the holiest city of America in terms of Muslim community.
Okay, so far that's a lot to unpack right there. Let's leave it right there real quick. Your thoughts, Julio?
I'm telling you, brother. These people are not here to be our friends. Just to finish with this and now move on to the next subject. These people are not here to be friends with nobody. They are here to fulfill their agenda, and their agenda only, which is impose Sharia law. We are seeing it in England, and we are seeing in London, and we are seeing in Australia. Females are getting harassed by these pieces of shit because they are getting harassed by them because they are not wearing the burqa, whatever they have to wear. They're not covering their faces. They are alone, walking or jogging, whatever, and they get pissed off about it and they get harassed. And it would come to a point that one of these guys or few of them are going to start beating the woman. The worst Western women. They're not aligned with them. They have no association with. It is a matter of time when that will happen, and people need to be awake because they they said it themselves. They're not here to impose. They are here not to obey our laws. They're here to impose their laws. They don't care about our laws. They care less. They want Sharia law, and that's what it's matter for them.
And real quick, before we do change, in case you are thinking, well, they're not that bad. Well, here is an American woman who is going to Afghanistan to see for herself
Mhm.
how bad are the women's rights. I'm going to play this clip. It shouldn't be long, but guys, you think some of us sounds what they say Islamophobic, like I'm scared. Oh, wow, right? No, this is reality. This is really happening. And these people want this. Even the Sunnis, okay? Even the ones that we think they're not radical, they still advocate for this. They're just more like, I'm not gonna be the one to impose it, but I will vote it. I will vote for that because I believe in that. And this is where it's dangerous because you not saying something about it, you're making it complacent. You're making
Afghanistan that
and it's sorry about that, guys. But yeah, it's here we go. She says if it's that bad in 2025. Here we go.
bad in 2025? I traveled here to understand more as a woman myself, and this is what I learned. Here's 5 things that are illegal for women in Afghanistan to do today. Number 1, women are not allowed to appear or speak on media, television, radios, or in journalism. Women are also banned from praying in mosques and should pray at home. Women are also not allowed to receive an education after 6th grade. Going to parks and exercising is also banned for women, limiting them from a lot of outdoor spaces. Lastly, women also have to dine in designated areas at restaurants. So to answer your question, yes, women's rights in Afghanistan in 2025 are really that bad. And the only thing worse is staying silent. Make sure to follow and share so their stories can continue to be told. Our women's rights.
So there you have it, guys. I mean, I don't know. This person went over there to see if it's true, and it's true. It's true. I mean, I wish we could all afford to take a trip over there because honestly, I do think that if a lot of us would go over there, Julio, I mean, not just like what you did and serve in the military and fight and protect those people from their own people, but
Mhm.
just go there as a visitor and you will see. I mean, I follow this guy. I forgot his name, but he's getting off subject, but he's a cook, right? And he goes tries all different countries' foods and stuff, and he goes to Afghanistan and he gets filmed with the Taliban. And he even says if they find out that I'm filming, that's probably going to be the end of me. Like how I mean it's just bad, dude. And again, those people that grew up thinking that that's okay. Just follow me for a second, guys. Those people that like let's say I grew up in that culture. My father treated my mom this way and my sisters this way, and it was normal. To me, that's okay. That's actually virtuous that this. So I'm leaving that country and I'm coming here and I'm seeing women talk out of line and talk without permission and do this. In my mind, that is bad. So I'm like, what's wrong with these people? So guess what? You are letting these people in here. You think they're going to assimilate? You think they're going to throw away and say, my dad was wrong, my grandpa was wrong, his grandpa was wrong, they were all bad, No, he's not going to do that. I'm sorry. This is reality check. Now, there will be some, right, that will probably convert to Christianity and probably do that. And I those are the ones that might, in my opinion, are the Americans within that we need to help, right? But we got to vet these guys. How do we know this? By vetting them. What does vetting mean? Asking questions, investigating who they are. And it's just, dude, it's getting ridiculous, to be honest with you. And the fact that we just allowed a bunch of these people in here without vetting them and thinking they're all gonna be simulating and dropping their culture just like that. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm sorry. I don't think that's happening. But so here's the thing about the beach. I don't know if y'all seen this, but me and Julio off camera, were saying that, man, we would be that guy that did this. Just watch this. Take a look at that guy without the shirt.
Fucking bash him!
That they caught the guys that was the shooters, right? That was the context of that, right? That they caught the guys, and this guy just goes in there and just stomps on that dude's head. I mean, you would be infuriated. You shot innocent people, and you were just shooting in a balcony. And I'm hoping you guys saw the video, and off camera, me and Julio were talking about, because there's these people talking about, there was a guy that was bloody that was talking in the interview, and there's like where it looks like it's makeup and all this, and it could be fake or not. Me and Julio were talking like, man, AI's gotten so real, we don't even know what's right or wrong. But I mean, it's hard to fake this because there was people that died. So I mean, I don't know what to say about that. And to the point is that could this be real? I mean, there's people that are were out there. So I believe this is true. And I unfortunately, it sucks. It's a good thing that we have technology that we can do this. It's pretty cool. It's pretty gnarly, right? But then it's bad when something like this happens, and we're bringing a highlight to it, and then everybody's, which we're one of the people that likes conspiracies, but then make these conspiracies out of it, and it's all fun and games, but it's not fun and games for those victims. So what do you think?
Man, yeah, it is crazy, how technology has evolved in the last few years. I would say 5 years ago was something out of the sci-fi movies. Now they're building data center for AI here in Houston, Dallas, near areas in San Antonio, all over the United States. So AI is more relevant than ever, and now we are seeing how good AI can be, and they can change the people's perception of reality. So we have to be careful. We have to have guardrails for that, because sometimes I see news made with AI with the original people, but they're changing, their voices, their, the lip movement, and it looks so real that you could not even tell whether it is fake or real. So it's very dangerous for the for evil or to propagate propaganda to manipulate the masses. I mean, we have to be careful.
But one thing that I know this actually happened was because there was multiple. Same thing with, like, there was a conspiracy about Charlie Kirk's death and whatnot. But if you pay attention, there was multiple videos from different people from different angles. I would say that's so hard to do that. I mean, and again, some of us use the AI for free, and we're like, man, the quality sucks. But there's people out there that pay for that high dollar AI, and they make it look legit, and but it's just sad, and I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? Do y'all think we're just being a little paranoid about this whole thing? Or, I mean, because to be honest with you, I'm already past that. I already made up my mind. I do not want any more. I think not until we get in place, better vetting in our country, regardless if you're a Democrat, or a Republican, whatever your political views. I honestly think as a country, we should unite together and say, you know what? We want to allow these people. We're not saying no, no, no. We're just saying for right now, no, until we get something better. I mean, like, look at TSA, right? None of us like that. It was supposed to go away. It was temporary, but we
Mhm.
adapted to it. And guess what? What we're asking now is a TSA before having people in here. That's it. Just like vet them, figure out who they are. If they have no paperwork because their country don't have a good paper trail, I'm sorry, you can't get in here because that's just that's just a risk that I'm not willing to do. I mean, that just look at it like if it's your local, like you're taking your kids to school. I mean, you don't just willy-nilly take your kids somewhere and don't even find out where they're going, with who they're going, right? You make sure, like, at least I would think that's what you would do, right? I mean, I do that. I'm not gonna let my kids stay the night with some random stranger that I don't even know. No, I got to meet the parents. I got to know what's going on, how they think, what they operate, what I think, and then they know. I would assume that's what everyone does, and we can't just we gotta do better, guys, and for our children, for our future as a country. If you hate this country, then get out. No one's holding you here. There's other countries that you might align yourself with, and you might say, well, this is my home. Well, that's why United States of America is a country that had states that unite together as one country. Meaning, if you're a leftist, hey, California might be for you then. You know what I mean? Portland, Oregon is for you. New York, I mean, that's the beauty of America. But here in Texas, we're red. You know what I mean? We're bright
Yeah,
red.
yeah.
And we need to keep
I
it that
would
way.
I would like to,
For
I would
Nick
like
Trump
to show you a video.
and Valentina Gomez,
Yeah, I will show you a video that it was very, very, very profound to me. I hope I find it. It was I think I seen it earlier today. Hopefully, I'll be able to kind of like dig it out and find it because it was the same thing that we are talking about. Uh, People not liking the United States, criticizing, but yet they're still here for some reason. You know what I mean? For some reason they don't want to leave. For some reason they just want to be here, And I was like, come on, if you hate this country so bad, let's figure out something for you to move on. So let me see if I can kind of dig this video out. I wish I can uh, find it sooner, but it is very, very, very telling. So hopefully I'll be able to find out.
but the thing is, Julio, if it's like this, every country has a form of bad history. Every
Mhm.
country. The Danes would take over a bunch of little villages and slaughter the men and take the women and children as slaves. Then you had the Apaches fighting with the Comanches, which I'm not sure if they really did, but you had Native Americans fighting with other Native Americans. You have Aztecs. That's why they made Apocalypto, the Mexica. The
Yeah.
Mexica tribes would, you know, capture another little village and sacrifice them for the sun god. Then you had, I mean, there was my point is tragedy always happened and conquering always existed in that era. So when America came here, or not the America, I'm sorry, the British and the Spaniards, they came in here and colonized, and they didn't outright take over the country, right, or the lands. Well, Spaniards did and French did, but the English were trying to. They came with what? Pilgrims, right? They were Protestants that were trying to flee the church, right, because they didn't agree with it. But anyways, it came peacefully in a few hundred years, or I think it was 100 years. Then the French and Indian battle, and then guess what? Then there it was that. Then England took over, and then guess what? Washington D.C. I mean, George Washington was the general for Great Britain, and you know, hence America, right? We know the story from there, 1776, and then so on and so on. And yeah, there was a lot of genocide going on between the Americas and the natives. And yes, that's a dark history. But again, you can find a dark history in any culture. You can find dark history today in the continent of Africa right now. I mean, you got what is it, South Africa, where they're killing the Christians, they're persecuting them
Yep.
in Nigeria and in Congo, I think. And there's like multiple bodies everywhere. The Christians are being slaughtered. No one's batting an eye for that. And so my point is, if you don't like it here, but yet you want to take the benefits of being an American and living here, and then you're trash talking that this doesn't deserve to be, my land or a white person's land because they're not brown. I mean, that has nothing to do. Quit being racist. At this point, everyone here that's living here is an evil person by your standards, even including yourself, for not leaving. Because if it was that bad, then like if I really believe that, oh my gosh, this belongs to the Native Americans, guess what? I'm packing my stuff and getting out of here, because guess what? I don't want to be part of this evil sin or whatever, right? But no one's doing that. They're all just talk. They want to sound like I know it more, I know it all, and I'm educated. I got a degree in liberal arts, and so I know, So it's all BS, Just shut up and be happy that you're an American. That's it.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey,
analogy.
like you said, hack it or leave. How did you say?
Or if you can't hack it, pack it. You better pack it.
Yeah, if you can't hack it, pack it. Then dude, we need to make a shirt like that. Hack it and hack. If you can't hack it, pack it. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
And
yeah,
we should make like a GoFundMe. Julio, we should start a GoFundMe for all the people that want to leave. You know what I mean?
Oh man, you hit it right there in the nail. You hit the nail in the head. Yeah, we need to start making that a priority and get him out of here. I'm trying to find the video of somebody. Let me see if I can find it. I saw it earlier, but I'm trying to look it up on my feed, see if I can find it somehow. And they were talking about that, about the people of the United States criticizing yet our country but not leaving. And he came out with a great idea. And I tried to find the video. If I see it later, I'm gonna post it on Facebook.
Do you know who is it? Do you know who it was?
No, man. It's just like, you dumb scrolling. Sometimes you find stuff and it's just like, I happen to find it now. It's just like, I cannot find it. And it was very interesting. He came out with a great idea. And I was like, you know what? That's brilliant. That's a thing that I would propose to do, just to kind of like help people to kind of move to another country. You know what I mean? So if I find it later, I'll find it later. But let me see if I can.
Whoa. I didn't know this, Julio. Did you know this?
Oh, right here. I found it.
Okay, real quick. Look, did you know this?
Oh, is that the shooter?
Yeah.
No freaking way. No. Check this video out real quick.
Let's go.
I sent it to you on the private chat. This is the perfect explanation or the perfect idea for those that does not want to leave our country. But yet,
I like this guy.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It came up on my feed, and I was like, damn, I forgot to send it to you, but I'll recover that on the log on Facebook. But yes,
I like this guy. He's my peeps for sure. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go.
I mean, it just makes sense.
You're going to find racism in any society, any of them. And other countries are vastly more racist than the United States of America. I say that having been all over the world. The United States of America is the one that has everybody knocking on our door, begging to come in here. I think we're actually pretty badass as a country. And that's why so many people want to be here. And frankly, actually, I've got an idea. I have a beautiful idea. I think this would be maybe the most popular policy in American history. President Trump should introduce an immigration exchange where we say anybody who lives in this country that is a citizen, that hates this country, you don't like it, you feel some weird embarrassment inside you at any sense of patriotism. We'll give you $40,000 cash. We will pay for your move in addition to that to any left-wing country of your choosing. And we will make deals with those countries. We'll have a list of the countries we make these deals with. And we will take back a citizen of theirs that is a problem for that left-wing country because they believe in freedom and love America. We'll do a one-for-one swap and we will pay you. You just have to renounce your citizenship because you will never be invited back. You know you hate this country, so go. And we'll make that swap with these countries like Cuba, Communist China, wherever it might be. We'll do the one-for-one swaps. In the end, it will not only save us money, but you will also see something really wonderful. You're going to see all these people who've been saying we're a racist country, we're a transphobic country, we're the worst country on earth. You're going to see that suddenly their only excuse they had, which was I can't afford to move, that's gone. And guess what? They're still not going to move because deep down they know our country is badass.
Bro, dude, yo, that
is a perfect idea to propose,
dude.
And I'm telling you, they will not.
That
leave.
is perfect.
They will not leave because they know they will not get the same treatment in Afghanistan, Cuba, Venezuela. I'm telling you, a lot of people saying, "Oh, we need to break down the system. We need to bring communism. Communism has not been implemented right. We're going to do it this time." Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
Dude, this just reminded me. Did you know that Alberta, Canada is so right wing that they voted or they're voting to break from Canada and become the 51st state?
Really?
At least that's what they're trying to do. But I'm telling you, like, that idea would be awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
for what there's a lot of right wings. I mean, you go to England, France, Poland, there's people that want be Republicans from our Republicans,
Right.
that stand with us.
Yeah, it is crazy. And that's the funny part. At the very end, they know they do not want to leave this country. This country, we are a 250-year-old country. And look how far we came so fast. And yet we got people that want to destroy it in a couple years. And we cannot allow that. I mean, we bled for this country, we fought for this country. And do you think I will not allow it on my generation? You know what I mean? Because those patriots, they're probably tossing and turning in their grave, looking what is going on right now, and a lot of people are turning the blind eye and saying we have to be tolerant, man. Fuck that.
And here.
Sorry about my French, but yeah, it had to. It just coming out.
These people that are trying to destroy our country within, and they're supposedly not happy. And the reason why they're not happy is because they don't have and I don't want to be this mean, but honestly, they don't have like a purpose, They're just
too much soy.
They don't
too much soybean, soy milk.
Too many drugs or too many issues, mental health, right? Which it is a thing. I'm not saying it's not.
It is pretty bad.
But it started because of ego, of being one's true self. And see, that's why come over to Christianity, where you learn that you're not perfect. We are not perfect, and that's okay. Because the only one that's perfect is Yeshua, and he accepts us the way we are and teaches us how to reach a redemption, to try to be better. It's kind of like Michael Jackson looking in the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, right? So anyways, but my point is that guys, those that don't have purpose, they hate, they're in anger, they're miserable, they want to project their misery to everyone, and it's just like they feel better when they try to bash on someone else's parade and say that, for example, like us, right? They will say these guys are bigots and this and that, or so you got some people that'll say, well, these guys are Hispanic, they think they're white and this and that, anything to just throw something from their misery to like they're those type of people that like to squash on someone just to make their day better, and they're horrible. I can't stand those people.
Yeah, me neither. So, hey, I think we are going to close out for today. I really
Yep.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. It was a great show. Thank you for those guys that are watching us on YouTube, on X, and Rumble, and Facebook. We have to love everybody the same. But I'll be back tomorrow. I think Robert, I think you have
I
something to
won't be
do.
able to. Yeah, I won't be here Tuesday, but tell you what, Thursday and Friday,
Oh,
man, y'all are
it's
about to
on
see
like a
some
Donkey Kong. It's
emotion.
gonna be good.
Friday, y'all. Friday we
Oh,
got
Friday. Let me pull it up. Let me. I think you have these.
the thumbnail. Pull out
The
the
thumbnail. Yeah,
yeah.
let me pull it
So
up. Do
if
you have
y'all have
anything?
I have it here. If you guys have a chance to look up our buddy Mr. Holistic, yeah,
He's
if
pretty
you
big
know
on
who he
on,
is,
on Instagram.
he's big on Instagram. Yeah. He we're gonna we haven't really talked to him about this other than just, hey, this is what we want to talk about. Are you down for that? And he is. So uh basically, guys, what I'm saying is there you go. The Star of David. For all you guys that say, oh, that means it's Jewish, and we're going to dive into where that star came from, because that's not the Star of David. And we got a 5-point star, but it's really a 6-point star. But we're going to talk about the Star of David.
Yeah,
And
I got it right here. The new thumbnail.
okay, yeah, he's
Right
oh,
there.
there you go. That's it. So
Yeah.
boom. So again, that ring, again, just I don't want to spoil it, but we're gonna get into it with a bunch of different viewpoints, and I looked at it in two different ways. One as a believer in Christ, the other as a skeptic, and I dug into the other cultures, and it's telling, bro. I just can't believe that. I was once one of those that believed it blindly, and you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, we had to. We're gonna dive in. We're gonna go back in history, and we're gonna learn together. I mean, this is for me. I'm looking at videos, reading about it, and the more I read, man, it's taking the turn to worse. I mean, it's like we are doing something that we're not supposed to do, but yet we're gonna bring this information to you on Friday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Don't miss it. Mark it in the calendar. Put it right in a piece of paper. Just stick a note anywhere, but it's gonna be a great show on Friday night. It's gonna be an hour and a half, probably 2 hour long short video, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
all right, guys. Well, with that, don't forget to go to xraypodcast.com to look at our merch, and this is the final thing right here. If you go to xray.com, you can see our website, get our merch, or even scroll down and click any of these videos where we had interview with Alex Rosen, JJ Carroll, Valentino, Nick Tran, and
And Kawa Malai.
Kawa Malai. So, guys, thank you for watching. You guys on X, you guys on Facebook, YouTube. See you on the next one.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget it. Before you go, make sure you follow us, especially on X. We have 120 people watching on X. Please just follow us. We want to get at least to 1,000. This is our goal. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you guys tomorrow for another show at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Take care. God bless you. Bye bye. Did I leave? Yeah, I left. Did